four-time Stanley Cup champion Darren McCarty and the golden voice of Neal Rhul. Sit back and relax. It's time for your daily dose of Big D energy.
Yo, 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 what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Big D Energy.
Big D!
Right here on the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Neal Rhul. That guy to the left of me, that's D-Mac, Darren McCarty. Big Mike Gentry in the house as well. Spencer Raxter also. I think he bought the very first blue ski mask in Detroit. We'll talk about that coming up. He was first to the party. He started this. People think it was CJ Gardner-Johnson. It wasn't.
It wasn't.
I think they're in cahoots.
I think they are too.
You know, I think CJ Gardner-Johnson is the Malcolm Rodriguez of last year.
I bought 100 of them and I'm going to be selling them at Eastern Market.
There he
There
is.
you go. Shed 5.
$50 a pop.
50. Hey, low key, he'll take 40.
I'll take 40.
Shed 5. Come on down.
Yes, absolutely. Jump into the conversation on the WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Subscribe to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel and the Big D Energy podcast and the Heavyweights podcast. And when you're done with it all,
5-star.
all of it, every single effing one of them, 5-star them all. Leave a review as well. It is a Wednesday, and we ask the people, as we have often, would you rather hear from Super Racide or would you rather hear from Sam Flannel? Sam Flannel narrowly won. Remember that?
He did.
Narrowly won. So we deliver 11:28 Wednesdays with Flannel.
Nice.
He's stopping in.
Get your questions. Let's go.
Get your questions for Sam
What's
Flannel.
he been saying? What's he need to be held accountable for? Please, now. Get it into your HR. That's me.
WoodwardSports.com, chat thread, Chad Fisher. Meat Riders Unite. United we stand. There's a whole lot of blue meat riding going on this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Meat ride, meat missiles, B-2 bombers.
That's what it's all about.
Flying around.
John effing Lord says ski mask up. There will be some ski masks up. There is no doubt about this. How about this stat, though? WoodwardSports.com. Hold on. Oh, no, the show's going to suck. Dan Wood. El Mago is back.
Dan Wood also said, can we revote?
I mean, there's still time, I guess, theoretically.
No.
No,
we can't. I've been looking forward to it when I heard this yesterday.
Yes. So, yeah, that is it. But a lot of talk about ski mask, all of it. But this game, the ticket prices continue to climb. You're looking at almost 300 bones get-in price, sit at the top of the upper deck. And D-Mac, it's turned the corner now. It's no longer a football game with the Lions, who are 1-0, coming off a big win against the Chiefs, against a Seahawks team that has to have it because they're all one. It's turned that corner. It is an event now. And you will see this between the ski mask thing, which we'll get into in just a little bit. You'll see this on social media. It is an event. This is, like people talk about sporting event attendance and how it's down and stuff like that. Yes. Tuesday night, Red Wings, Columbus Blue Jackets. Yes, it's down. Pistons, who have Pistons Magic on a Tuesday night. Yes, it's down, but not this. There's juice. D-Mac, we've proven, I think, as a society, it's got to be cool for our social media, and B, there's got to be juice to it. If there's those two conditions are met, we'll roll out. Damn the cost.
Well, just think of, I'm more interested. Obviously, we know what it's going to be like at Ford Field because it's sold out. You know, obviously the season tickets, the way that they've gone, but I'm just interested. Like, the event is the city. From whether it's you're at Shed 5 with us in Eastern Market for the pregame show and stuff like that, or wherever you go down and tailgate, people are going into the city for the event. I know a lot of us here are going to go in for the pregame show and then come back for the live stream and stuff. And I know a lot of people that are going to go down for the party and then race somewhere else to watch the game. But people are already in downtown. I just think the way that the streets are going to be, the restaurants are going to fill up.
It's full on, D-Mac.
It's full on event. And I think it's awesome. I think also, too, Detroit Supremacy reports back and brings up, let's save the ski mask issue until Flannel's here, because it's being reported that Flannel is not a fan. So let's just leave it at that.
What a nerd,
well,
man.
Spenny.
Hey, Dork.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you know, what is it? Douche and dork in the
Douche in the
morning?
dork.
Yeah.
Douche and dork in the morning.
So, anyways, we'll attest that too. But I think everybody's excited, and and like you said, social media wise, right? There'll be a lot of different things to report, but I'll be looking to see how the city is alive.
WoodwardSports.com chat threaded tour, the newest member of the Woodward crew. Welcome in. We appreciate you jumping in to that. Also, I can't remember if this was Dan Wood or not, but it typically is Dan Wood that brings up El Mago is back. I do have an El Mago update real quick. The Tigers lost last night. I turned the game on yesterday.
Yeah.
I will tell you guys this. The second Lions season started, and I'm a guy that watches every game, every Tigers game, since the day the Lions season started. I couldn't even have told you who they were playing last night.
Absolutely,
it was
because
over.
I walk by TV.
Yeah, it was over. But last night it lined up. No, nothing much was going on. I flipped it on just in time to watch El Mago go 0 for 4. So he, in fact, is not back. But here's a little nugget that I got on Twitter. After going 0 for 4 tonight, Javi Baez has an OPS now of 576.
Gotta
Is
love
that good?
it.
It's the
That's
worst.
terrible.
Well, I'm glad.
thank you.
I'm glad you asked.
Thank you, Chuck.
and let me expand on Chuck Barkley's answer, D-Mac. I'm glad you asked. It is the worst mark of all Major League Baseball players among people who have the minimum at-bats.
Yikes.
The
So
worst,
It's not good.
the worst player in baseball. Not on the Tigers. Not for the money. You would literally be better off with anybody else in Major League Baseball in that spot. So there's that. Hey, I wonder if it'll get better.
Douche in the door.
Douche in the dork in the morning. So there. How was douche in the dork this morning? Do we know?
I sleep.
I'm on the treadmill and I'm listening to other stuff. Just to
Yeah.
be honest with you,
It's fair.
It
Wake
is.
up at 9:30, get in the shower, rip a dart, and then pull out of the driveway.
Tiger Town.
Did you say rip a dart or rip a fart?
Rip a dart and a fart. Yeah.
Rip a fart, smoke a dart. There it is. Venmo racks. Rip
yes.
a farts and smoking darts.
Tiger Town.
Breaking hearts.
Breaking hearts.
Breaking hearts.
Venmo
There you go.
racks.
There you go. El Mago needs a darkness retreat. Andrew says that. David Mentier didn't watch, don't care. And I know that's the reason I brought it to the people, D-Mac. I know they didn't watch. I just wanted that out there. So there is that as well.
You just wanted it out
Yeah, I
there.
just wanted to inform the people.
Okay, that's good.
I watch, so you don't have
It'll
to.
be interesting though, because there's a couple other things. I love the fact that we get reports back. Thank you, and stuff about he doesn't believe in the Montgomery Gibbs combination. So there's a lot of things to throw Flannels to the fire about. Oh, and let's see what he thinks of JJ McCarthy's performance.
I saw this too, Spenmo. J.J. McCarthy, the highest rated quarterback.
Yeah, he's per PFF.
Yeah.
He's the highest rated quarterback in the NCAA.
I know. And in a league where we watch Shador Sanders and Michael Penix and Caleb Williams, of course he's the best quarterback. And Quinn Ewers, yeah. Name your quarterback.
Yeah.
Hawaii's back with the run and shoot. Schlager's leading the nation in passing yards.
That's what it's all about.
So, hey, of course, man. J.J. McCarthy. Big game this weekend against Bowling Green.
Bowling Green, yeah. Man, I wish we were playing Bowling Green, honestly.
Michigan will not play their first ranked opponent until November 11th.
Oof. Never forget.
Did you do the schedule? Because you would have done the schedule the
I
same
would have
way.
done the schedule the same way.
That's
yeah.
what I'm saying.
Right.
So
But
you're like hats off to you.
Absolutely.
You
Detroit
wonder why
Dabber.
the SEC. Sorry, you wonder why the SEC's prepared.
Yes.
Right.
Detroit Dabber 313. Per Ermanni, he's the number 1 pick overall.
Okay.
Is he heading up the quarterback class of your mock draft, Spenmo?
No. At best, quarterback 3.
Okay.
At best.
All right. Fine. Okay. Fine. Michael Boyd, let the Michigan hate run through you guys. Where was their hate? All
not
I did
hate.
was relay factual information. See, guys, you're the one that gets caught up in the emotion. I give you factual statements. You infer it's hate. In fact, it is not hate. It is accurate 100% information. Right, D-Mac?
Yeah, no, I agree.
Okay, cool. So we can
That's
move on.
accountability over here. Truth detected.
Also, another cool stat I
Sexual.
saw. The Detroit Lions have the third highest winning percentage in the NFL since Week 9 of last year.
Tied with the Chiefs. The only teams higher are the San Francisco 49ers and the Cincinnati Bengals. 49ers haven't lost a game.
Well, I mean, look at it.
Regular season, at least.
Right. No, I mean, and what did they do? They proved cut right out of the rip, had to go into Pittsburgh, did what they needed to do. Obviously, the questions with Brock Purdy, boom, answered, right away. So, but if you look at the scale, if you were watching it and you look at if this was a stock trend, you got to really, really like where your Lions are at. I mean, even over everything else. So, because as we all know, like you said, why is it an event? Because it's real. It feels real. Like Dan Campbell said it, paraphrasing it, is that we just showed you what we already knew, right? And you got to continue to do that. So, sometimes and it makes you wonder because a lot of things are playing so much in Detroit's favor for this game, having the time off, coming back, playing at home, winning a big game. But I just believe there's a great combination of the rookies and the leadership and with the coaching staff that these guys are going to be ready, and there won't be any sort of letdown that you might expect from an inexperienced team.
People, that's Rose. People getting ready for the Wednesdays with Flannel, and I see what they're doing out here. They're getting mentally ready. They're getting their comments ready. Dos Burrito says, Flannel needs to write a letter of apology to his mother for what he has become. Mama Flannel deserves better.
I met Mama Flannel. She's a very nice lady. She brought in tacos, so
Really?
she's a winner in my book. Yeah, it was awesome.
She knows how the world works.
And that was
Mama, can you bring the tacos in?
The day of reckoning for Spenny is here. I'm gonna pull up the picture. Neal, you haven't seen this picture.
No, I haven't.
Neither of you, D. This is a good
I can't wait to see this.
This was live Friday morning at about 8 a.m. Had not left the studio yet. Let me get it right here. And this was taken by the lovely JC. And yeah, I was. It was a tough one. It was a tough one. This is after the all-nighter. Made it through, and yeah, Mama Flannel brought in tacos that day, so it was a good day.
Buddy risen.
Yeah, did you rise?
Risen.
Oh yeah, I
Spenny,
rose.
did you do the Undertaker sit up right there?
I did
when you
not.
had to get up?
I did not.
Back from the dead?
It was a tough one to get out of that, but.
Go Blue says, wow, Spenny got trucked.
Yeah, that was, like I said, the
Trucked
first time
himself.
I've blacked out since high school.
Congratulations.
Yeah. It was
You
worth
had to
it.
put in some effort.
Oh, yeah. I drank, basically a whole fifth of Don Julio, 8 to 10 Coronas, 6 or 7 shots of Hendrix.
Dude is built different, man.
Yeah, no,
The dude is, even in my heyday, I don't know that I could get to that level.
I was there.
That was a good time.
That was a lot. Cody Ingle, we need that on a shirt. Something tells me we may see that on a shirt before long.
Quite possibly.
I heard at Ford Field it's going to be you wear the blue ski mask, you wear the Spenny t-shirt.
I'm wearing my blue ski mask on the show on Friday from Dispo. Should be in tomorrow.
There it is, per Amazon. We're going to talk about that, though, when we come back. And, guys, look, I told you, we're doing football better than anybody in this market. That's a fact. Check the views. Woodward Sports Lions pregame show. Back at it for another season of Lions football. Join the Woodward Sports Network host and overall golden child, Jeff Iafrate, with weekly special guests on the Woodward Sports YouTube channel. Whether you're chugging the Kool-Aid, whether you're kicking and screaming, don't worry, do you wait, same old Lions will be back, whatever, you don't want to miss this. Either side of the aisle that you're on. Plus, look at its hair. Jeff Iafrate's going to be there every week with that hair. Those are all reasons enough, I think, to watch the Woodward Sports Detroit Lions pregame show. Sundays, 9:30 to 11:30 a.m. Well, they got Ermanni and Juicy J, right?
Oh, yeah, this week.
Live from downtown.
Absolutely.
heavy
Shed
hitters.
5, Eastern Market.
Okay. I know, and I guess they're going to have me to do the Falcons game. I guess no one else wanted to do it. So
That's fair.
Yeah, but you're all about Bijan.
I do
London.
like the Falcons. They were always kind of my B team back in the day when they had Prime.
The Dirty Birds.
Yeah. Well, when they had Dion,
Yeah.
like that was it, man. He's running back every
Tony
punt for a
Gonzalez.
touchdown.
Ryan's
They're back in
reaction
there.
says, I still want an asterisk me to the playoffs shirt. That'd be a good one.
That would be pretty
You got to
sweet.
get the graphics department in on that.
No, we will. But first, experience the true meaning of exceptional cannabis products with Dispo Dispensary, like Spenny was talking about, with over 12 locations, including their new location that is now open in Whitmore Lake. Dispo is never far away. Join Ermanni and Edwards and the Woodward Heavyweights broadcasting live at the Whitmore Lake location on Friday, September 15th, this Friday. 50 North Territorial Road, Whitmore Lake, Michigan. Dispo Dispensary, disposhops.com, your local cannabis plug.
Since the dawn of moving people, Chevrolet has led the way. The world of transportation is changing. At Feldman Chevrolet, we are leading the charge forward. With every electric vehicle, every mile traveled, one Feldman at a time. The company that puts more Chevys on Michigan roads is now the #1 name for Chevy electric vehicles.
Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions show. Let's go! Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
Hey, this is Mr. Kearney, Chief Academic Officer at Academy of Warren. I want to welcome you to the brand new field house. The state-of-the-art facility has a regulation basketball court, volleyball court, soccer field. It can be used for 7-on-7 football. Our K-8 academic features AM, PM, latchkey, small classroom sizes, Learning Street, futuristic media center, free breakfast and lunch, Houghton Mifflin curriculum, academic games, K-8 athletics, and more. Enroll today at academywarren.net.
Hey guys, as we were talking about a pre-game, join Woodward Sports and Long Drink. This is Sunday for the official Lions VIP tailgate party. Where is it? Eastern Market, downtown, Shed 5. Gonna be a bash. Spenmo, Rax, and friends are gonna be down there hosting. Start at 9:30 until game time. The official Lions tailgate is back and better than ever. How would you like to pregame with Woodward Sports and be treated like a VIP? Food, beverages, entertainment, all included. Get your tickets online today. BullseyeEventGroup.com, or win some from Woodward Sports today. Just subscribe to our YouTube. Follow us on Instagram and direct message Lions VIP.
Get on downtown, everybody. Knock down those Finish Long drinks. Neal, Rhul, Darren, McCarty, Big Mike Gentry, Spencer Raxter here with you. We are off and running Lions game week, the home opener this weekend. It's crazy. Everything's going on. And we do have to talk about it. The CJ Gardner-Johnson, how he caused Amazon to sell out a blue face mask. He said, we're going to play the villain, and if we're going to be the villain, then let's go all the way. I want to see the face mask everywhere. And look, I love the way C.J. Gardner-Johnson said, we're the villains, right? It's a part of us. It's the culture. I'm changing it. He's worth every dollar already.
Agreed.
Every dollar already.
He was before even the first game.
He had one of the best quotes I've ever heard in my entire life come out of a Lions player. He said, no more paper bags. We're wearing ski masks. We're taking what's ours.
There you go.
The one thing
that gets me going.
No,
man.
Here's the one thing, right? Winners recognize winners. And you know what? We recognize in this room that there's a bunch of winners. And when I saw that, because I know what winners look like and been that vibe, is that he's right. That ain't no bullshit. That ain't nothing. You got a bunch of winners in there. The past don't mean anything to these guys. It's what they've built. And we touched on it early on. The Lions are what? The third best team
since week
9 of last year. Now, wouldn't you say that's when they found their mojo, their groove sort of been together, and it's proven. Look at the last 2 games, guys. Things that had never happened, would never happen. Going into Green Bay in front of the nation, last game of the year, and busting their hopes and dreams of the playoffs and winning that game, and then starting the year out against the Super Bowl champions in Kansas City against one of the arguably the best quarterback right now, and who knows if he's going to be of all time. And going in and winning, and against Andy Reid, right? The coach too. So, I mean, these guys are for real, and they believe in each other. When they tell you that, it's cool for the ride. And you know what? He wants to wear ski masks and be a villain. Where's my ski mask, man? So, you know, like, I'm all in.
Yeah, and you look at it too, D-Mac, like you talked about that game in Green Bay. And I'll preface this. You never want to see anybody get hurt. However, Aaron Rodgers' last pass he ever threw still was intercepted by Kirby Joseph. That still holds.
Factual.
That's still factual.
That's factual.
I still have the autographed picture at home.
Yeah.
I love it.
And I will keep that forever. That is one of my favorite pieces of memorabilia I own for a lot of reasons. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Lots of chatter about the ski mask and Jeff Iafrate. Like this, Detroit Dabber 313. Jeff would cut off the top of his ski mask so you could still see his hair.
Of course he would. Of course he would. He needed it about 6 months ago when he had to cut his hair and it was like the end of the world. So he's gonna make a stupid bet
How does
probably this
Flannel
football
hate
season.
it? I don't understand how.
Well, we're gonna get the
Listen,
answers.
how does Flannel? I know he's married and so he gets laid. He told us all that. We'll have to address that if we can bring
got the
that
video,
up too.
yeah.
I gotta address. Have you seen that?
Yeah, I mean,
Anyways,
Yeah,
we'll get to
absolutely.
Flannel when it's Flannel time. But who knows? Why does Flannel do what Flannel does?
I don't know. Shout out to Ashley Abernathy. Welcome to the Woodward crew. Appreciate you jumping in on there. Nobody says, dude, I'm not from Detroit. Can I still rep Detroit with my heart and soul? You can, as a matter of fact. WoodwardSports.com/shop. Jump in there. We got all the goods. Get you a Meat Missile shirt.
Hell yeah.
Get you a free JMO shirt.
Hell yeah.
Let's do it. Go all the way. Let's go all the way. And I love it, and because I'm into that kind of stuff. And D-Mac, you touched on it, and we've seen time after time after time this be the case. Like CJ Gardner-Johnson, when winners come in, we're seeing it with Coach Prime. He doesn't accept anything else.
Right.
Period. D-Mac.
And
It's
winners
complicated.
came in with them. Cam Sutton's in the backfield
Yes.
too. And there, Brian Branch is a winner coming from Alabama. The culture stuff like this. We're specifically talking in the backfield. Emmanuel Mosley coming from San Francisco. The coaching staff, right? It's definitely all hands on deck. But everybody's bought in.
Yes. And again, I like the fact that when you see people that come in, that's what they do. Again, going back to a Coach Prime, that's what he's done. He's always been a winner everywhere he goes. And he says that. I've been a winner, a difference maker everywhere I've been.
This is me, and I do me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And people just are uncomfortable because I accomplish what I put my mind to. And he's one of the greatest at what he does.
Now, guys, I'm not doing this, all right? And I'll give you this one so you can see where I'm coming from and you can know what I'm not going to read, all right? Shad216 says a blow-up doll does not count as a wife. We're not going there with that stuff.
Man. No.
That's too much.
Flannel has a lovely wife. She's a very nice young
Absolutely.
lady.
Has a cream of wheat T-shirt. I have a picture
She
with her
does,
together. She has a cream of wheat T-shirt.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that.
She's a very nice lady.
Yes. So we won't be going there. So just stop with all of that. But Spenny, I know that CJ Gardner-Johnson's getting a lot of the credit for this, and rightfully so. I just don't want it to go overshadowed, to be missed, to not let the people know you were first to this.
It's true.
You bought the very first ski mask in the Metro Detroit area.
That is true. I did a live on air a couple days ago after I saw Chauncey Gardner-Johnson wearing the ski mask running around. I bought it, and then the next day he made the call for all fans to buy them.
How do you like that?
Well, it doesn't surprise me. Spenny's, ahead of the curve. Man on the
Absolutely he
streets.
is.
That's what I do.
Brandon Katz on brand. Gardner-Johnson hasn't won anything. He's a good player, but he hasn't won anything.
He won NFC last year.
That is true. Easy does it. Amazon is sold out because Spenny bought them all, and he has a couple available.
Yeah, I got about 150 of them coming in. I'm going to be selling them $50 a pop at Eastern Market.
But he'll take
9:30,
40.
Shed 5.
But he'll take 40.
But I'll take 40.
Yes. Moldex wants to know, Spenny, you didn't already own a blue ski mask?
I did not know.
No, because they were all black, right?
They're black,
I
yeah.
thought they were green.
Yeah.
It was funny though. One of the biggest pushbacks I saw about the CJ Gardner-Johnson, other than Sam Flannel's idiocy, was the other stuff to where CJ Gardner-Johnson, he had to put a tweet out and said, "Everyone, I'm not perpetuating violence or anything like that." Like, look, I'm pretty understanding of everybody, and I understand that what doesn't offend me might offend some other people, and I get all that, but that's the line for bro, come on, enough, man, enough. It doesn't matter, because on Sunday at Ford Field, there will over under on how many you think? 5,000?
Oh, more than that.
10,000?
Yeah, I would
Boner
say-
just chimed in and said, "Hey, wouldn't it be cool if it's like the turnover chain, but when they turn it over, everybody puts their ski mask
yeah,
on?"
That would be sick.
That would
I'm
be
around
sick.
St. Brown tweeted.
Well, I think how many Oh, I think there'll be 20,000.
Yeah, I think it'll be over 10,000 for sure.
Like a quarter of the building, right?
I can't wait, man.
Third. Yeah.
I can't wait. It's
Some
going to
sort
be
of mask,
electric,
because
man.
I'm going to count a black one because the guy couldn't get a blue one.
Yeah.
That counts. You're trying.
Yeah, you went in there and you tried. Super Racide, when you guys opening the call line? Sam Flannel gets your slot today, Racide. The people voted on it. Now remember, we'll do another vote after Sam Flannel's done.
Okay.
Super Racide and Sam Flannel for next Wednesday.
Next week, yeah.
What do you think? That's fair?
That's fair.
All right, I like it. I think that's what we can do. And I think what you can do tonight, as a matter of fact, check out Woodward Nights. That's right, we got Booner and we got Broder. Detroit's newest up-and-coming sports personalities every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Join Booner and Broder every single night to hear Detroit sports' hottest takes. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder from 8 to 10 p.m. on the Woodward Sports YouTube channel. So that is out there for you. Their show is off and running, doing a good job as well. Juice on the Box says, I'll pay $50 if Spenny signs it.
Autographs are free. I'm not charging for autographs.
Yeah, you just got to buy the ski mask for $50.
You just got to buy the ski mask for $50.
What a great guy, D-Mac.
Yeah.
The autographs are free.
He's learned.
Yeah.
He's learned.
Yeah.
Proud of him.
Yeah.
He pays attention. Highly coachable in the back of his hockey card.
That's what I do.
Ryan's reaction, I'd rather hear you guys talk about Major League Baseball than take phone calls.
That's fair.
Oh, man. Billy Curtis, do you think we're going to see Gibbs go off this game? I did hear Dan Campbell this morning on that other station in town talking about that. He said he is going to get Jahmyr Gibbs even more involved. But people remember, man, some things have changed since we've last been good as an NFL franchise. Number one is dudes aren't getting 30 carries in a game.
Yeah.
That's not happening anymore. Dudes aren't even getting 30 touches in a game. So just remember that. I know it's been a minute since we've been good and since we've seen how things work. But please remember that. There will be a mix of the two running backs. And guess what? I'm cool with that because we've seen it work out very well before. When we come back, Wednesdays with Flannel, everybody. And then we'll have a vote and see if you want to have him back or Super Racide the week following. D-Mac, the Seattle Seahawks are going to need a guardian.
Oh, no doubt they will. And you know what? You can let Guardian Alarm also offer you customized solutions from real experts, professional technicians who take the time to recommend security and automation solutions specific to your needs. But I need you to call Guardian Alarm today. The number 1-800.
Stay out.
24/7 professional monitoring. Call anytime, day or night. Know that the Guardian team member will stay on the phone as long as is needed. But I need you to call the number 1-800.
Stay out.
Technology backed by people. Yes, your safety and security deserves technology that's proven to work, and real people. Yes, Homo sapiens who have been proven to care, whether it's personal, whether it's business, it doesn't matter. Guardian Alarm is there. Flannel. How many days of flannel protection?
Oh man,
You quit counting, didn't you?
it's around 350 something. I know that.
355 straight
got
days
it.
of flannel protection.
Yeah.
There we go. Also, too, they can protect you, personal business, whatever it is, if you give them a call. The number, 1-800.
Stay out of the end zone, anybody on the Seattle Seahawks, and stay out talking shit, DK Metcalf.
Stay out of my life, El Mago.
There it is. Guardian Alarm, whatever you need. Your local security experts. Tell them, Big D Energy, we sent you. Calling all landscapers. This is Darren McCarty. I'm at Outdoor Equipment Co. How would you like to landscape like a legend? How about a bad boy zero turn? And even a chainsaw. And even a weed whipper. So register today at OutdoorEquipCo.com, and even you could have DMAC on your landscaping crew.
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, two of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder.
Your home is your most important asset. Flexibility in the sales process is key. When you work with Mark White and Associates, you can cancel at any time, for any reason, without penalty. Speaking of flexibility, check this out. Who you work with matters. Hire the best broker in the game.
Neal Rhul here for 5 Iron Golf in downtown Detroit's newest sports bar. 13 TrackMan simulators, certified instructors, and most importantly, a full bar. And they got a restaurant too. 5 Iron Leagues are back. They're going right now, but it's not too late for you to join and win and compete nationwide for a chance to win a trip to the Dominican Republic. Bring a foursome or sign up as an individual. They'll place you on a team. Go to 5irongolf.com. Check this out, guys. Code Woodward10. Woodward10. You'll get 30% off your league fees. That's pretty valuable right there. So go to 5irongolf.com to sign up. Hey, go sneak in 18 holes at Pebble Beach before you go on over to the Lions game. How about that? D-Mac will be down for that. 5irongolf.com today.
More.
Detroit Dabber, I never fucking played for the refs for the Michigan loss to DCU.
Oh, yes, you did!
Yes,
you did!
Sixes, and they have 2 empty possessions inside the fucking DCU goal line. Dumbass, listen to what I say.
You blame
God damn it!
You blame him about the 4th and 1 call. That the refs didn't call him down in time. You did blame him. Darren knows what the fuck he's talking about.
Bro,
And those lights.
Guys, hey, and all it took was you and Cardi with stick. Fuck, I've been trying to make that for a year. 330.
I feel so bad.
Ryan's Lions, I think Flannel needs to get laid. I have a lion! I can lay all the goddamn time! Let's go! You get laid, Ryan!
Darkness in the
You
studio.
talk about, it literally put me to my knees. I absolutely popped. But like I said, it feels like Flannel. Oh, I grew up right then. Unbelievable.
Welcome into the studio. He is back to his roots. He's back to his home. He's back from the dead. He is, of course, Sam Flannel. It is Wednesdays with Flannel. Mitch Album has Tuesdays with Maury. We have Wednesdays with Flannel.
Yes. Oh, feels good to be back. You know, I watched that clip back and I'm like, man, I actually do kind of look like a lunatic. I should probably namaste a little bit more and learn to breathe, maybe take up meditation and yoga. But sometimes I'm easily triggered. I'll admit that. I am.
We have a ton to get to, Sam
Yes, we
Flannel.
do.
A ton to get to. But first off, a little Ask Flannel. Pete Smith wants to know, do you floss before or after you brush your teeth?
Just throughout the day, no, if I feel something in my teeth, I'll just floss. Is there like a etiquette to flossing? I don't know.
I don't know. But I don't know. And I don't know why they asked that. But
Yeah, that's
Pete
a weird
Smith
question.
Did, so,
It's really random.
But hey, you're pretty random sometimes too.
I can be.
All right, let's cut the shit. Do you have an explanation? And the people want to know. More importantly, I want to know because I was unaware of this.
Yeah.
I was unaware of this. How can you have a problem with C.J. Gardner-Johnson and the ski mask stuff?
Well, again, like most things, it's not really a problem
No,
per
it
se.
seems to be a problem
it's
per
with,
se.
like this universal reaction that it's just this amazing, wonderful thing, and I just think it's weird. I think it's a little bit weird, and I think a lot of other fan bases would look at this as just, what are these guys from Detroit doing? They're wearing ski masks into Ford Field. I don't understand it. I think CJ Gardner-Johnson is going to be very beneficial to this team. He's a damn good football player, but this to me doesn't mean anything. I mean, this is going into their first home game of the season. It doesn't mean anything to me.
Holy cow!
See, it's like he slid right back into the role.
But it's the eternal opposite.
Yes,
Right?
it is.
It's the eternal opposite of believing in something together. It's a unity thing of continuing to bring it more. And if we're talking about the culture of
It's classic Flannel.
No, I know. But what CJ Gardner-Johnson is bringing the fans, sort of trying to bring them inside even more to what's going on, where we talk about no more 3 Mile Island, where everybody's separated, everybody's on the same page, and it's getting the fans on the same page too. I think it's great. Isn't it cool when a player like invokes something and you sort of get along to it? Like if you wear a number, or I mean, like look at it, what it used to be when we were at the flags and stuff like that. That's the fans being a part of
Exactly,
the team, stuff like
Demon.
that.
Exactly,
So,
and that's part of
to
and
me,
it's
I
nuanced.
look at it like flags. on the cars when we were winning cups and stuff like that. So you just represent championship flags.
Well, that's why, like with Flannel, it's nuance that he's missing, like always. Because look, this
Does
isn't
he know
a
what
typical
that is,
franchise.
Neal? First, you
Flannel.
have to explain what nuance is. Do I need to look it up?
Yeah, go.
Not to Flannel.
Yeah. Go ahead. I know that's your bit, D-Mac. You love to go. You can go ahead and look it up.
right.
But it's nuanced, Flannel. This franchise is not a typical franchise.
Sure.
See, we have to remember that. I had to explain to people that are saying, "Hey, I want Jahmyr Gibbs to have 30 carries." It doesn't work like that anymore. I know it's been a long time since they've been good.
Sure.
These are the types of things, though, Flannel, that happened with good culture and good teams and good dudes and things like that. It's not nothing for this franchise. Everything with this franchise, Flannel, is different. It's new and it's different.
Is it fair, though, that if the Lions... I'm not calling for it, by the way. I actually think the Lions will win this game. If they lose to Seattle at Ford Field, that they're opening themselves up to be mocked for like merciless mockery. Because, I mean... It's really, really gimmicky to me. And of course, and I know I talked about this on the morning show and people really, really hated this. They basically copied Hunter Dickinson's style. That's what CJ Gardner-Johnson did. He copied Hunter Dickinson's style.
He left out the part about being a giant douche, though.
But, and I'm not, and a lot of people said that it's this, that Flannel was saying that they're the same thing. I'm not saying,
and they're good.
I understand that, but also they haven't proven anything yet. They're still 1-0. I think that they're going to win 12 games. I think they're going to win the division. I think they're going to win a playoff game, but it's still a lot of I think. Anything can happen. The Lions, of course, are massive favorites in this division. I'm not denying that. I think they'll win it. But when it was my thing with the whole Hunter Dickinson versus CJ Gardner-Johnson thing, and you guys all remember, when Hunter Dickinson did it, I thought it was stupid, but everyone just mocked him like it was the biggest idiotic thing any human being could have ever done.
Because they would lose to teams like Central Michigan.
Okay, that's fine. And looking back, it actually looked a lot worse given the fact that they didn't even make the tournament. But still, it's when CJ Gardner-Johnson does it and kind of involves the whole Detroit community, it's universally praised as like
did
this.
It after they beat the defending Super Bowl champions.
Okay,
And their
that's
GM calls them villains.
which again, you compared it to car flags, and car flags I actually like, but because that's just like displaying the logo on your car. Ski masks are things that typically bank robbers have worn when they were robbing banks.
When they're villains.
Okay, fine, but I
You
just
understand, like, they're not going to go rob a bank.
I
though,
understand
Flannel,
that.
right? That it is a football game, right?
Yes.
You understand that, right?
Of course I understand that.
Okay. Well, you got Brandon Katz on your side. Neal is reaching. Putting on a stupid ski mask doesn't give a team an identity. When you've been bad for this long, Brandon, yes, it does.
And somebody comes in that has had success and has a reputation and is leading the way, like the Pied Piper. Couple things, nuance, a subtle difference in or shade of meaning, expression, or sound. And maybe some people feel this way. Spenny, I don't know if you feel this strongly as our boy Lucas in the back. CJ Gardner-Johnson could tell me to get a vasectomy and I'd put on a ski mask and get my shit tied.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're there right now, but some people are.
Okay, now what if JJ McCarthy said to go get a
there we
vasectomy,
go.
Flannel?
No.
You would then, right?
No, I wouldn't because that's stupid, obviously, getting a vasectomy. Just like I think putting on a ski mask, I'm not going to call it stupid because
because you're married and you get laid.
You know, a lot of my fellow Lions fans are going to be wearing it, but it's just me personally. I wouldn't be caught dead with a ski mask, and it's not because I'm not a Lions fan. It's not because I don't believe in this team. It's just not my thing.
Do you have a free Harbaugh shirt?
No.
Are you going to get one?
No, because he just needs to take this 3-game suspension and then move on because they're going to win all 3 games anyway. That's always been my take.
All right. Speaking of that, let's touch on some college football, shall we?
Let's do it.
J.J. McCarthy, the highest-rated quarterback, I was told, in college football.
Sure.
That's big.
He's been very good.
Oh, I know.
He has been good. And
I
I like,
know.
you know what's funny, though?
Spinning it.
I like how J.J. McCarthy, I guess J.J. McCarthy and Michigan quarterbacks are the only ones who are basically not allowed to feast on bad teams. Who's Caleb Williams played against? I know Caleb Williams.
You mean the defending Heisman
No,
winner?
I understand that, but
okay.
his schedule hasn't looked very good. I mean, look at Bo Nix. Look at Drake May, who in 2 games has 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions at South Carolina and versus Appalachian State.
Look at Shedeur Sanders.
No, Shedeur Sanders.
Look at Travis Hunter. Oh, I'm sorry, he's not a quarterback, but look at the Lance. Look at Michael Penix.
Well, Mike, I will say this: if J.J. McCarthy put up a huge game against Boise State, Michigan would get mocked, as it means nothing. They would.
No.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, I'm sure about that.
Because you will say that if J.J. McCarthy plays a great game at Penn State. And at Penn State is an infinitely harder game than a home against Boise State. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. This isn't Boise State
It's
of 2000.
infinitely harder than anybody Michigan's going to play till November.
Be that as it may, Michigan will have a couple of games that
Or
are
you could
harder
say,
than that.
yeah, no, you're right, Neal. You can
Flannel,
say that.
can I ask you a question about JJ McCarthy?
Sure,
then?
sure.
What is it that I guess worries you? You said he's played good or whatever like
Yeah.
that, but what is things that you'd like to see improved? Because he can only play with what's in front of him.
Sure.
And he's played just as well as some of these other guys too. Now, there is a lot of guys in the conversation, but what is something that I guess maybe concerns you or something you'd like to see him get better at?
I mean, honestly, nothing really concerns me about his play and his skill set and everything. I guess the only thing would be, can he do it at Penn State? Can he do it at home against Ohio State? He did have a great game at Ohio State last year, but can he do it again? I would say if anything concerns me about Michigan right now, it's the running game and the play of Donovan Edwards. He hasn't quite looked right. But as far as the Michigan passing game goes,
and this is for real.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I'm not.
yeah.
What's the deal with him? What's the deal?
I can't
Corum
seem to
seems like
explain
he's the like they don't even want to get him going. You know, because with the schedule that you're playing, you can pick and choose who you want to get going whenever you want to. What's the deal?
Well, I've always said about Donovan Edwards versus Blake Corum, if I'm picking a college running back, at least to be consistent all game, I might even go with Blake Corum because I think he's more patient. I think he's got better vision. I think he's better at following the blocks and falling forward. If I want an NFL prospect, I 100% take Donovan Edwards. And if I want a home run hitter and a pass catching threat, I'll take Donovan Edwards. I think the problem with Donovan Edwards is he hasn't broken a long one yet. He needs to break that 60 or 70 yard run, kind of like he did last year at Ohio State and at home against Penn State. I think that's the only thing that's missing. But when he was coming into the year, hyped up by me and hyped up by a lot of us as one of the best backs in the country, you can't have 18 carries and 46 yards in your first games. They got to get him going.
Yikes.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely right.
Yeah.
He's no Nathan Carter.
No, he's not.
Hey, but Blake Corum, though, quietly has actually had a pretty productive year so far. He hasn't had those eye-popping numbers, but yards per carry and touchdowns, he's got it down.
Try playing somebody. Maybe you will get more opportunities then.
We shall see.
You know what else has hurt them?
What?
Like as far as the stuff goes, style points and things like that. Because we've talked about it before, it is national championship or bust for
Sure.
Michigan. You and I are on the same wavelength. Because if it's not going to be this year, when's it going to be? They changed the rules. Not saying they changed the rules for Michigan, but they changed the rules, and one of the biggest benefiters of it is Michigan.
Well, and you see it across the board when it comes to college football. The rule is, of course, on first downs. The clock is still rolling. You see the number of plays and the number of snaps and the number of possessions. They are way, way down. And I think that even hurts production of guys like Blake Corum and Donovan Edwards because they're not getting as many carries. But coming into the season, they were a team that was expected to dominate on the ground, returning a couple players from their offensive line last year, returning Corum and Edwards. But so far, when they've been asked to air it out a little bit more, JJ McCarthy has succeeded, albeit against not the best competition, but he has played very, very well. And you know who else has played very, very well? Roman Wilson, when he got his number 1 jersey. He's caught all 5 of JJ McCarthy's touchdown passes, so I'm not worried.
Number 1 jersey.
Hey.
Here we go with that number 1 jersey.
Braylon Edwards and Anthony Carter wore it, so Roman Wilson still has a long way to go to live up to it, but you have to at least, is it fair though? One of the things that JJ McCarthy I think was knocked for a little bit last year was it wasn't just for winning a lot of games as a game manager and conference play. It was at the beginning of the year. He wasn't even the starter in week 1, and in that game against Colorado State, he didn't throw a touchdown pass. You have to feast on those bad teams and pad your stats against those bad teams in order to put up great numbers at the end of the year.
What about if you put up great numbers against road teams that are ranked?
Well, he did that. He did that at Ohio State. To be fair, that is 100%.
I'm talking about like Shedeur Sanders when he did against TCU.
Oh, when you're talking about quarterbacks who had the most impressive performances, you look at Shedeur Sanders at TCU and you look at Quinn Ewers at Alabama. Which, Spenny, I give you a lot of credit for that prediction. You were right. I was wrong.
Thank you.
JJ McCarthy, to be fair, he'll get his opportunity at Penn State. He'll get his opportunity against Ohio State. It's just until then, he just has to continue to feast on these inferior teams. You got to do that if you want to at least break the Michigan single-season touchdown pass record, which I think he will.
Real quick, because you're on a show now, so I would think that you understand break flow. Apparently, you don't. You know that we're late for the break now. But anyway, real quick before we let you go here, the Big Ten. Mm-hmm. 2 teams with interim coaches, another one with a fired coach. Like, what's going on in the Big Ten?
I don't like to dabble in the off the field stuff when it comes to coaches. So it is unfortunate. I take no joy in the Mel Tucker situation. Obviously, the Jim Harbaugh being suspended and not being on the field for the first 3 games. I mean, it was kind of weird going to the big house and not seeing him on the sideline. I don't know. I would like to think that these are all isolated incidents and it's not something systemic, but it is a little alarming. The stuff that you mentioned, you can't ignore it.
Thanks, Flannel. Appreciate you, man. Wednesdays with Flannel.
Appreciate you, Flannel.
Appreciate you.
All right, Sam Flannel, morning Woodward show with the franchise, Jeff Iafrate. It's Jeff Iafrate and the Jeffettes, starring Sam Flannel. Hey, big boy, sandwiches, burgers, you know what it is. Burgers and chicken sandwiches are taking over at Big Boy. It's burger time. Try the best cheeseburger in the game or try the new pretzel bacon cheeseburger. You big chicken sandwich fan? Try the Dolly chicken sandwich or turn up the heat with the hot chicken sandwich. Upgrade those fries. You don't want regular Buster fries. Get chili cheese fries, loaded baked potato fries, and save room for dessert. The Reese's chocolate peanut butter thunder cake or the funnel cake fried. It's all going down at Big Boy today.
Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.
Come to any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists and register for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win an all-expenses-paid suite for the 2024 NCAA tournament for you and 5 of your best buds. That's right, college basketball's most elite event. You and your 5 best friends just get to any Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut experience and automatically register to win the trip of your dreams. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot-off-the-press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel.
To win a 100K Vegas getaway, take your closest friends and live it up in the city that never sleeps.
Yeah!
It's Citron Energy, drink it and live it. Purchase a 24-pack today and enter to win the 100K Vegas getaway at drinkcintron.com/Vegas and buy Cintron at your local Meijer store. Cintron, the healthier energy drink with great taste and the choice of people who desire to look good, feel great, and be the best version of themselves. Make sure you go to drinkcintron.com/Vegas to sign up.
All right. Reaction to Wednesdays with Flannel, Neal, Rhul, Darren, McCarty, Big Mike Gentry, Spencer Raxter as well. D-Mac and I have deemed it a pick your poison poll that we're going to put up on the WoodwardSports.com chat thread. You guys have a couple samples of Super Racide. You have many examples of Sam Flannel. Death's not an option. You got to pick one. Don't give them a way out either, Spenmo. Make them choose. Don't stop. I know you're the king of this. Because you know which one's going to win. If you give them literally any other option, they could say Racide, Sam Flannel, bone cancer. 88% of the people choose bone cancer. And like the painful kind, too. You know, like that's how the people would go with it.
That's harsh.
D-Mac, your reaction to Wednesdays with Flannel?
I mean, somebody nailed it. Great. Sam doesn't understand the nuances and all the different things. So, I mean, hey, the one thing, what do I like? Consistency. And he is super consistent. Bad take, super consistent.
Yes.
I don't agree.
Easy. Our guy Easy. Flannel Sam and Neal make good content, not going to lie. It's not content. We're just, you know, he just has foolish takes on stuff. So you got to line it up and knock it down. You know what I'm saying? So... Sound Kayak. Yes, Hunter is a douche, but it takes one to know one, Neal. You're right, because I know plenty of them. There's one on in the morning here, and we just had one on. So you're right, Sound Kayak. Sound Kayak doesn't seem to like me a lot. That makes me sad.
It's all right.
You'll be all right.
I will. I think.
How's your new cat, by the way? Because
I'll
whenever I
Brandon
think,
Cats.
hey, Spenny, you know how it is. Whenever you think you're having a bad day, I think Princess of Penelope Lou. You must think of what's the cat's
100%.
What's the cat's name?
Hunter, a.k.a. Brandon Katz.
Brandon Katz. Yes.
I have a video. You want me to send you the video?
Yeah.
Does slow-mo play well on the screen?
No.
It doesn't?
No, it'll get choppy.
It'll get choppy?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. It's slow-mo of him jumping in the air.
Is he a hopper?
Oh, dude, this cat. Well, he jumped off the second
Any
story
more,
of the
any
house.
More emergency visits?
No.
Okay.
He's still
Is he
shot out of
pretty
a
cool?
cannon.
Are you coming around to him? Is he?
We coexist.
Okay.
I mean, well,
That's
D-Mac.
sometimes with you. That's the best.
Yeah.
That's all you can hope for.
D-Mac, you know, like when your fate is determined and there's nothing you can do about it. Like in prison.
Absolutely.
I would imagine the hardest part of prison is like the first 4 months, right? But then you figure out the routine and you coexist with everybody.
Right.
That's what it is
That's
with
what it
Hunter,
is.
a.k.a. Brandon Katz.
Wow. 2 Furnace Prison.
Yes.
Up on the mountain.
Dr. Clappencheeks, good to see you back. I'd rather sell my kidneys on the black market than listen to Rod for 5 minutes.
It's fair.
How much are those kidneys going for these
I don't
days?
know. Can you live without a kidney?
You can give one.
So I can sell one?
I think so.
Coming down to that, Spenny?
I mean,
Has
Just
Katz,
options? Is that what you're just saying? Options?
has Katzbot trained as a doctor too?
I hope so. Trained as a surgeon.
We'll have to take that to Google. Can you get by on one kidney? Because I would bet you could probably
you
get a
can,
good
right?
6 figures.
Can you survive with one kidney?
You look up that, and I'll look too. I'll say black
You can.
market value.
Most people live normal, healthy lives with one kidney. However, it's important to stay as healthy as possible and protect the only kidney you have.
See, that's where you lack.
Yeah, it's true.
But there is this on the black market: a kidney can be worth over $160,000.
Okay, yeah, I'm easily selling my kidney. Like, for sure. I'd do a package deal. Freeze a bunch of sperm, sell a kidney and a testy. Get a cool $300K.
Act now, you'll get the semen for free.
Now you get the semen for free.
There you go.
The first 10 callers.
Tony D says, Spenny, don't kid yourself. You drink way too much to have just one kidney.
That's fair. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
All right, pick your poison poll. Who do you want to hear from on Wednesdays? Flannel Sam, 63% of the vote. Super Racide, 38%. Is Rod doing better than you thought he would, D-Mac?
Yeah.
I think he is, too. I think he is, too.
Thought it would be 80-20.
I'll start selling my body on the streets.
Yes.
I'm not talking about my kidney. Catchphrase.
You're big in some littler communities.
Yeah, for sure.
If you have to hop out of a car.
I have to hop out of a car if I can make it happen.
Hey, yo!
Oh my gosh. No, but we were mixing it up with Sam Flannel, D-Mac, about the CJ Gardner-Johnson, the ski mask, all that kind of stuff. But this plays into it. I think CJ Gardner-Johnson, with all this stuff, D-Mac, because he's also out there talking about the Lions have like the rowdiest fans. And remember too, I think a lot of this is based on what he saw at that preseason game. And we went back to it. We talked about it a lot. It was absurd how much the Lions fans were into that preseason game against the Giants. You know what I'm saying? Like at street value.
So it lets you know that like the fans and for the experience of what they had for the home game, it's that's part of it too. That's part of the mentality and the ski masks and everything else. That's going to add a couple more octaves, right? Everybody getting hyped together. So, I mean, we've absolutely. If you were there, you saw it or whatever else, because it surprised. Like you had to notice it, right? It was noticeable. Where it's like, wow. And even Dan Campbell commented on it.
So, I mean, again.
And that's the exhibition.
Right. So, I mean, it is like CJ Gardner-Johnson, regardless of what happens on the field, seems like a dude that this franchise desperately needed. Desperately needed. I'm being for real about this.
100%. Like a lot of them. I think like you look at how the secondary was built, right? 3 veterans in Sutton, Gardner-Johnson and Mosley, right? And then Branch, who is, as advanced and arguably, this is a guy that could be up for Defensive Player of the Year when, all the dust settles. So it's something that they needed, but it comes together because you need that leader. You need that alpha. You need that, lack of a better word, dog out front barking loud so the other guys can fill in, right? It's yeah, 100%. I think that you could say that he's the most valuable right now, valuable pickup in the offseason that they've had out of everybody.
When we come back from the break, we get to talk about a Detroit sports legend that we rarely get to talk about, but is now mainstream news. He's somebody that's big on this show. We respect the history of what he accomplished for this franchise, the helmet he wore. But Jared Goff's being mentioned with elite Lions lore.
Of the elite.
The elite of the elite. A single bar face mask legend. After we hear about Swiss Insurance, we'll let you know who that is.
Yeah, guys, it's time. It's football season. Things come around. It's also time to renew that home and auto insurance. Why wouldn't you do it? Woodward Sports Network does it. That's Swiss Insurance Group. Yeah, let Swiss Insurance Group review your coverage and make sure you're protected from any unexpected loss, whether it's home or auto. How do you do that? SwissINS.com, or you give Mark a call today, 248-800-4177. Tell him Big D Energy, we sent you.
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, two of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder.
Gabby is a college student struggling to study for her big exam. Then she discovered Syntron, a healthy way for her to stay awake and focus. Jennifer frequently has chaotic days like this until she gets online, orders some Syntron, and finds her groove. April visited her local grocery store, purchased a case of Syntron, and entered to win the Syntron 100K Vegas giveaway. Pick up your case of Syntron today at any Meijer location or visit drinksyntron.com/Vegas and enter for the 100K Vegas giveaway.
Looking for the dopest Detroit sports wearables, woodwardsports.com/shop. You see it all up there. The Stoke Not Scared t-shirt, the free JMO t-shirt, and the one that is just flying off the virtual shelves, the Spencer Raxter inspired Jack Campbell Meat Missile shirt.
Oh, yeah.
Meat Missile shirt. woodwardsports.com/shop. Get it in there. We got the best lineup of everything. Whether you are one of the 4 people still watching the Tigers, that's represented. Pistons, Lions, Red Wings, all of it. woodwardsports.com/shop. The best lineup of Detroit sports wearables in the city. Pulling up on the second hour of the show, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal, Rhul, Darren, McCarty, Big Mike Gentry, and, of course, Spencer Raxter as well. Happy to have you all with us. woodwardsports.com chat thread. Jump into there and get it out there. Real cream of wheat in the woodwardsports.com chat thread. Hey, Neal mentioned me. I did. Flannel's wife had a cream of wheat t-shirt on at I think the draft party last year. We took a picture together. It was pretty cool. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Ryan's reaction. There's a Microsoft article. Blue ski mask sold out because of Detroit.
That's what it's all about.
That is what it's all about. It's going to be so electric in that place, man. So electric.
You know what? What's bigger than the event? Because, I mean, it's getting to be that. Like, downtown's just going to be electric.
Yeah.
The whole day.
It is. And by the way, we're your home for Detroit Lions coverage here. Pre-game, post-game, watch party, all of it. So get with the squad. jump in here. Nobody is doing it better in Detroit. Sexual. That is a sexual statement.
Sexual.
I love this portion of the show, D-Mac. We love this portion of the show. Why do you ask? Milt Plum is a Big D Energy legend.
Milt Plum.
Milt Plum is a god here on Big D Energy. Because of what he did on the field, because of the single bar helmet that he wore, the fact that he would beat up on the Packers, and all of that is all part of it.
Legend.
Tom Mazaway was supposed to be working behind the scenes to get Milt Plum on the show.
Yeah, he gave up
I think
on
Maz
us.
took that photo, actually.
Yeah, I think he was there.
He was there. Yeah, he
Yeah.
covered his debut.
And then he said he had too much stuff to do for Ermanni and Edwards.
Yeah,
You know, because
Shocker.
that's his loyalty. That's where it lies.
it's true.
Okay, I get it. You know, you help some other people help the team, but I guess not everybody's built that way. But anyway, so you know, he's our god. Jared Goff is getting in some really rarefied air. Detroit Lions PR tweeted this out yesterday.
You want me to read it? Or?
No, I got it. The only NFL quarterbacks to go 10 straight starts without throwing an interception since at least 1950. Jared Goff, Derek Carr, Tom Brady, Bart Starr, and Milt Plum.
Milt Plum.
That is a legendary list right there. It goes to show you not only the rarefied air of Jared Goff, which, yes, is important. And yes, Spenny, you're getting some pushback now. A little bit, right?
Me? For what?
No, just like, are you feeling Jared Goff at all?
I mean,
a little
yeah, he's
bit?
playing well.
Okay.
I said that last year. He played well last year.
Okay.
I
Just,
gave him his flowers.
yeah, you don't do undue slander.
No.
I'll give you that.
Yeah.
You analyze things. But are you feeling Milt Plum?
I'm always feeling Milt Plum.
D-Mac.
That's the GOAT. That's the real
No, I
number
mean
16.
that's great, and rarefied air and stuff like that. More concerning, as I see some people in the chat. Are you jinxing it? The fact that we're talking about it, do you believe that it's being
that would
jinxed?
be not me. That would be the Lions PR department. You know, the people that tweeted it.
So are the Lions PR department jinxing it?
No, they are simply doing their job. That's why
There
they're
you go.
paid.
So it's not a jinx when it's sexual.
Absolutely. Soft Jones says if Goff comes out in a ski mask, it's on. That would be pretty cool if they all came out of the tunnel in the ski mask.
That would be hype.
That would be pretty hype. But yeah, so again, Steven Siren, Milt. David Mentier, Milt effing Plum. William Rhodes, Carr really did that? Jack Harrington, Milt Plum, New Jets quarterback. But D-Mac, I just want it out there, and I wanted to
Couldn't
thank.
pass the physical.
Yeah, I wanted to thank Jared Goff for his service to the organization, and more importantly, for keeping Milt Plum's name out there in the mainstream.
Well, that's it we were talking about earlier. When Spenny gets that 1-6 behind his ear, he can always say it's for the plumber, too.
Yep.
Can hit two birds with one stone.
That's true.
The Goff and the Plum.
Detroit Dabber 313, they said we're going to talk about a legend, not talk to him, guys. Well, I know. Chuck Brewer says, Neal, don't worry. They'll have him on Ermanni and Edwards soon. If they do that, we are taking over the chat while that's going on.
We're burning down the studio
Yeah.
if they do that.
Absolutely.
I
we
will burn this studio
to the ground. To the ground.
That would be the final straw.
And you know what I would do? You know what my role would be in that? After you douse it with gasoline,
Yeah.
I'd just take one drag off your cigarette.
There you
I'd
go.
take it out of your mouth.
Flick. That's what it's all about.
Yes. But yeah, it is. I'm glad to see it. I'm glad to see that Milt Plum is out there. And Real Cream of Wheat said, Plum must be on Big D Energy and only on Big D Energy. Paul Thomas, expert handicappers have Lions by 5.5 over Seattle. D-Mac, what about it, man? Are you one of these? Well, there is an expert handicapper on your screen right there. Can we get an update on that, by the way? What are the NFL pricing?
Oh, I don't know.
Because you can still get in the last month. You can get a week of MLB picks for $99.
That's crazy.
But then there's me that gives you the get right 45 and 15. By the way, that reminds me, we have one.
You have a get right.
We have one for this weekend.
College?
College. We have one for this
Favorite
weekend.
conference?
No.
No.
I don't choose the get right.
The
get right
chooses
chooses
you.
me. And I had this one circled. I was waiting for the conditions to be right. and they are right. And this is going to stun you guys. It's going to shock you guys. But you guys, don't question it.
Can't.
I don't choose it.
It chooses
It
you.
chooses me. Guys, you ready for this one? You sitting down? Spenny, you sitting down?
Yeah.
I saw it on DraftKings. I saw it on DraftKings. The Iowa Hawkeyes team total over 34.5.
Points?
Over 34.5 minus 115. Get in.
Who are they playing?
Western Michigan.
Oh, man.
Get in.
34 points?
K going aerial?
34.5. It's got to go. He's got to get to 35. I'm calling it.
Ooh.
Wow, in Iowa too.
I'm calling it.
Okay, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Get your get right.
Don't focus
Only
on
45 and
Iowa
15.
35 points. Focus on 45 and 15. Focus on me always coming through for the people.
Shouldn't even be a question. People should be just
Just
pumping
blind bet it.
Should be pumping it in right now. Just hey, okay, it's one of my bets.
DNCENT. What the hell? Sorry, guys.
Can't question it.
You can't question it. Kalamazoo. Western Michigan had a bad game at Syracuse, but they will bounce back. Yeah, that defense ain't never going to bounce back. Western Michigan is crumbling to the ground. Crumbling to the ground, and they're standing there watching it happen.
Row the boat.
Yes.
Boat's taking on water.
Soft
Boat's
Jones,
sinking.
mother of God. Hey, guys, you know what they're doing right now, Spenny? They're questioning it. You know what they're not doing? Opening up their phones and taking it.
Hey.
Because you guys know this. Once word gets out in the street, the lines move.
Hey, Bradley K. Low-key psycho move betting on Iowa to score, but I'll still bet it. Of
Bradley
course.
K.
There you go,
Steve
Bradley.
Brown, I just placed
Amen.
the bet.
Yep.
That's a big D energy. That's stoked, not scared. Brick it up. Let's go. Can't
Doc-
argue with 75%.
Dr. Clapping Cheeks. I never bet college games, but I'm on board. So there it is.
Throw the gas at it, clapping cheeks.
I'll tell you what, when you said hit the over on Army Navy, I was worried about that one, but it came through.
I gave the video breakdown post game.
Remember when Neal says he doesn't choose the get right, the get right chooses him.
I just keep. Yep, I do. Khalil Harris. I believe. I believe.
And I
Place
gotta
the bet.
believe your record is got to mirror what the Lions are since week 9 of last season. It's pretty good. It's up there.
Yes. Wyatt Bear currently looking BetMGM, FanDuel, DraftKings. I saw the line on DraftKings this morning, Wyatt Bear. I was on the treadmill. Today was a light day. It was only 5 miles, so I was only on there for like 47 minutes.
Light work.
Yeah, just get over the
Cruiser, just a cruiser.
Yeah. Yesterday was the long day, so we always like to chase the long day with the shorter day.
Little side note, because you're running the half marathon, right?
Yes.
How prepared into your preparation are you? Like 85%?
Yeah. I did 9 miles yesterday, and I had enough left in the tank. Now I was coming off a rest. I was coming off some rest. I had enough left in. I could have done the 13.1.
Okay, so you're pretty confident.
I'm very confident.
Okay.
That sounds so great.
When do you have to do that?
October 15th.
Okay.
So I think we're good. And then too, like you
like a
bring in the hydration and the fuel. Saturday we'll take it serious. You know what I'm saying? And then we're never doing this again after it. We're never doing it again.
Don't know why you do it in the first place, but hey, do you?
I don't either. Dos Burrito Ruler, is this a charity run? Do you have a link? No, I'm doing it because I'm an idiot.
It sounds like too many bourbons got his mouth
ironically enough,
into what his mouth couldn't catch.
Ironically enough, D-Mac, my buddy and I were discussing it late one evening, and the receipt for the race, you'll see the charge, 2:04 a.m. So,
Well, I was not speculating, sir. I was reporting, actually.
Yes. So
there you go.
It was. But yes. No, guys, it's not an Iowa point spread. Take Iowa over 34.5 points. That's it. That's all.
Jenny.
Corey Berry, Milt Plum runs 9 miles in his sleep. No, but real talk, though, this Jared Goff thing, the further it goes, it's incredible, man, because what have we always said? What are you guys laughing at?
Nothing.
What are we laughing at?
Nothing.
Tell me at the break. You tell me at the break?
Consistency. Yeah. That's what it is.
Yes.
And
No,
just
it is.
keeps doing it over and over and over again. And taking care of the ball, whatever it is. But definitely, yeah, we always go to Spenny because he's the truther when it comes to Goff. And he can't argue with it right now. And he can't argue with the stats and the company that he keeps. Since 1950, 5 guys.
Brandon Katz, Neal doesn't track his record. It would be a losing record. D-Mac, Minister of Accountability.
Yeah, what are you fucking
Your record's
idiot?
45-15. What the fuck I've been doing for the past fucking 2 years? Tracking this shit. Shush. You're talking about your system. You don't track your system. You're at Mulligan's.
Soft Jones, can't use the betting apps here in Florida.
What do we always preach what the numbers are?
Guy's an idiot, man.
It's not like you can't go back and look.
Yeah.
It's out there for the public. Soft Jones, can't use the betting apps here in Florida. It's awful. The Seminole tribe is like the mafia. I heard that's opening up very soon. Hard Rock is going to be back in business.
What
so for all
happened?
the Florida people,
They closed?
Hard Rock opened up online betting in Florida, and it was open for like 2 to 3 weeks,
And then
the
closed
Seminole
it?
tribe, an injunction against the courts because you can bet on the sports there on the tribal land, and it got to be a big mess. But now Hard Rock has won a motion, so they're ready to roll, and they're gonna roll it out. So get it in, everybody in Florida, get it in. Planet Fitness, I was just talking about it. Light day today at the gym. But it didn't matter because there's tons of cardio equipment, tons of weights. Even if some idiot's on the treadmill for 90 minutes like he was just yesterday, it doesn't matter because you can still get the work in at Planet Fitness. Over 2,400 of them in the world. You want access to your home gym? Simple. $1 down, $10 a month. Boom. You are in there. You want to be a baller, shot caller? The Black Card, $24.99 a month. Access to every Planet Fitness in the world. Bottom line, guys, there's a lot of cool corporate taglines here. I can only tell you this. I've been a member there going on 3 years. I wouldn't work out anywhere else. That's it. That's all. That's the best I can do for you. Go to planetfitness.com, join there. Pull in the parking lot, join there. It's Planet Fitness, Darren McCarty.
Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions show. Let's go! Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
Burgers and chicken sandwiches are taking over at Big Boy. Try our new pretzel bacon cheeseburger. Turn up the heat with Bob's Hot Chicken Sandwich. Upgrade those regular fries with our chili cheese fries or loaded baked potato fries. Hit your sweet tooth with funnel cake fries or Reese's chocolate peanut butter thunder cake. Load up on all your favorites today at Big Boy.
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, 2 of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder.
Calling all landscapers, how would you like the landscape of the legend? That would be me. Yeah, you see all the commercials, me on with the weed whipper. I mean, even the chainsaw, the zero turn, all that. Yeah, I, Darren McCarty, will join you and your crew for a day, and we can take care of all your best clients. That's right. Like I said, zero turn, weed whipping, edging, whatever you need. Get to OutdoorEquipCompany.com today to register. That's OutdoorEquipCo.com.
Keeping it pushing, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal, Rhul, Darren McCarty, Big Mike Gentry, Spencer Rockstar here as well. Happy to have all of you in the woodwardsports.com chat thread. Hoof-hearted, who would win you more money? Betting Neal's get-right picks or betting the opposite of Cat's picks? Now there's a poll.
Well, I think the opposite, because if I read it correct, and I'm sure because there was a bozo sign from our councilman, and I think that means for Cats that he's 1-4 in the NFL picks so far this year. So opposite would be 4-1. That would be 80%. You 45-15 is 75%. So technically, Oppo Cats win, but right along the same line. 75-80% can't beat it.
Yes. But yeah, Pistons fan 11. Most of Neal's bets are minus 115-ish. Yeah, I always give you guys a side. I'm not out here, hey, take the Dodgers at home. minus 380. I'm not rolling like that. We got it up there on the poll right now. How'd you make more money? Get rights or the opposite of BK's pick? I wonder which one. Now, the opposite of BK's picks are minus 480 to win this poll.
That's true.
And going up in the live line. So there's that as well. Let's get into it, guys. Seahawks, Lions. You got to do this. You got to, spin around the matchups. And Spenny asked the question on the show sheet. What's the one player you got to eliminate for the Seahawks for the Lions to win this football game? Brandon Katz says that he is a lawyer, by the way. But, D-Mac, because as I survey the scene and I look around, and it's cliche, and it's simple, and stuff like that. But for me, it all comes back to this. For me with the Seahawks, and I'll get some pushback on it, and I don't care, it's Geno Smith, man. And okay. Geno Smith had a good year last year, and Geno Smith brought pain to this franchise last year. And they're 0-1. He didn't play well. And look, at some point he's going to play a good football game. Just can't let that be Sunday. Because I always contend, you take the head off the snake body just wiggles until it's dead.
Yeah, no, and coming off, we saw what he did last year. And so, to me, it's two answers. And it's a combination of Geno Smith and Kenneth Walker with the running game. Can you limit what they can do on the ground? And the other one is DK Metcalf. You hear, DK Metcalf coming out telling CJ Gardner-Johnson he's soft. There's gonna be a lot of chirping. It's gonna be physical. Got to play discipline and stuff like that. So, I mean, to me, it's apples and oranges because you have to concentrate on all of those assets. But I think that, to continue to limit teams on third down, to take away what we couldn't last year, right, and a weapon like a DK Metcalf, I think that the secondary, I would say, take him away first and go from there.
Yeah, and, Bobby Wagner certainly is somebody that makes them go, even though he's 33 years old. I know that's Spenmo's guy. He wanted him here very, very badly.
But is that not where, so sorry to interrupt, but is that not where you would expect, where you're going to use Jahmyr Gibbs a little bit more out of the backfield and give him more touches and stuff and try to utilize maybe that, Bobby Wagner's all world, one of the best linebackers to ever play, but, a little long in the tooth, maybe you're going to take advantage of that. Maybe we could see stuff like that, how we're going to try to exploit this stuff.
Yeah, no question. But again, I know it's cliche and I know it's boring and I know it goes against this. Mr. K. Wells 4 says Geno's trash, had one good year. People think he's legit. 1 out of 10 is cat spot territory. It is. It's pretty simple for me. And I know that's football 101. I understand that. But in particular for Seattle, because we saw when Geno Smith doesn't play well, we saw what happens to this team.
Right.
And they were largely ineffective against the Rams.
And the biggest thing is to make them uncomfortable. I think
and you look at last week, Aaron Donald did that.
Who did they just sign? Didn't they just sign
Jason Peters?
Yeah,
41-year-old
Jason
Peters. So what
Peters.
I'm saying is that you got to make Geno uncomfortable off the spot. He's mobile. I mean, he proved last year that he can do things. We got to be disciplined, but you got to expect us to get more pressure because they're missing some guys on their offensive line, and we have to take advantage of that. And that's by just taking, a half a second away from him to make decisions, make it easier from everybody else. It's like KJ Wright told us yesterday when we interviewed him, who was part of the Legion of Boom, part of their Super Bowl championships. Is the fact that if the up front guys get the pressure, then it's less time for everybody, and the defense can react a little bit more. We saw it in the first game. We got to keep applying it, especially Geno Smith.
Travis L. Iowa's up to 42 now on DraftKings. The streets know, man. Kudos to the people that got it.
34.5, and then it's up to 42.
Kudos to the people that got it earlier. The people that jumped right in.
Was it at 34.5? And now it's at 42
was this morning, yeah. Minus 115 on DraftKings.
You moved the line 7.5.
I'm the Ace Rothstein of the game of the betting community.
Unbelievable, bro.
The word got out.
But you still like it at 42.
I mean,
that's aggressive.
Yeah. Not as much.
Is it? I assume it's at plus money. I'd have to look at the return.
I don't know.
I would have to see the return.
But you did give it out at 34.5.
I did, and people got it at 34.5. Cat spot. See, that's a difference between me and you. I move the streets.
Between me and you?
I move the streets. You see, all I'm picturing is like in casino where Rothstein like did his bets, and all the dudes ran to the payphone and got their bets in. So that's what it is. No, but I mean, again, going back to it too, because I wonder how long, like with DK Metcalf, you saw, and I'm a big DK Metcalf guy. Love the guy. He's a guy I always end up with on my fantasy team all the time. A guy I think that the people severely undervalue, that has kind of that, I'm going to say, negative connotation attached to him. But people, they view him some kind of way. But the dude's a baller, man. Absolute baller. It's just, I wonder how long, and depending on how much you can frustrate Geno Smith, which in turn negates DK Metcalf's ability to impact a football game. How long does that last for?
You know
what I'm saying?
First and foremost, make Geno Smith uncomfortable. Right? That's first and foremost, because then that's the trickle-down effect.
And that's part of it, D-Mac, too. Where I formed that opinion, people laughed at that Aaron Donald clip, and it was funny.
Oh, my God. No, that was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like, it's like you've been in that position before. Oh, my God. And if anybody hasn't seen it, it's Aaron Donald coming around the corner, shot out of a cannon faster than probably any Geno Smith, and he just screams out, "Oh, my God." And it was picked up on the NFL cameras. So that's, yeah. So that's what Hutch needs to do, you know? Those are the things. Got to make them uncomfortable.
Steve Brown said DraftKings in Pennsylvania is still 34.5 at minus
well,
115.
JB Smooth gave an update. You were looking at the over-unders 42. 35.5 is what the Iowa over is.
That's what it is right now. Wyatt Bear says DK still minus 115, 34.5. Get it in, guys. Get it in.
Get it in.
And look, you want some sound reasoning behind it? Here's what it is.
It's a sound.
His contract rides on it. For Kirk Ferentz' son to realize the maximum value of his contract, they have to average 25 points per game.
Pay attention. There's money on this.
People that are involved have money on this.
That's what I'm saying. No, there's money. You're right. There's
the parties concerned have money on this. Don't tell me
somebody airing it out.
Somebody somewhere is going to catch a beating from Iowa this year. Because
and
there's intrinsic
saying right now, because of in the dismay of the defense of what Western is.
Here it is.
Here it is.
These are when the conditions present themselves. They don't always present themselves.
Touch of grass, little in from the right.
Yeah.
Soft little
kiss draw.
Kiss draw.
Yep.
We love the kiss draw.
I just started at the right edge of the trap, D-Mac, and just bring it back. Just let it float right
there
back.
It is.
So there's that.
I'll be locked in.
Yeah, I know you'll be locked in. Corey Berry, Iowa, the new gambling center of America. And that's what it is.
Iowa.
Hoof Hearted says, I had to vote for Brandon Katz in the opposite, or Brandon Katz opposite in the poll. Your get rights are amazing, but Brandon Katz has turned being wrong into an art form.
Oh,
he is
enough.
the Picasso.
He
has his moment. He is right on occasion.
He stumbles into one.
He does.
Hey, you know what? Even that 20 handicapper hits one flush now and then. Neal.
Yes. Weezy D313, Charles Harris on the defensive line.
He was like, yeah, me.
Yeah, that's me.
What?
The 20 handicapper who hits one flush.
There you go.
On a screw.
20's being generous.
20 beers.
20 beers for sure.
They're calling them BCK, broken clock cats.
Yes.
Just right twice a day.
Yeah, no. Weezy D313, Charles Harris on the defensive line. If he doesn't show up Sunday, I want Houston starting. Well, Weezy D, I knew that this was going to happen with people with James Houston. Houston's like a specialist. Houston's like you remember Andrew Miller in his prime, the setup guy out of the bullpen? Name your setup guy. That's what James
Benoit.
Houston is. Joaquin Benoit.
He looked like a billy goat.
He did. He absolutely did. But see, like James Houston is a specialist. He's like a power play guy, a guy that scores on the power play.
Yeah.
He's like a Brett Hall. You know what I'm saying? Like he has one job to do when he's in there, and that dog doesn't hunt in every single situation on every single down of a football game. So just remember that. Like when people are clamoring for the James Houston every down, remember the reason he's successful is because he's put in a position to be successful.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying?
He'll be coming around the corner on the end. Jason Peters, can you get low enough this time? 41. Anyways, just in time for football. Glorious Cannabis is dropping a new ice water bubble hash infused pre-roll called Honolulu Blue. Delicious. Smells so good. It's like the whiff of the first playoff win. 31 years, which is common. It's a gassy, aggressive strain named in honor of Detroit football. If you haven't had one of these ice water pre-rolls, you are missing out. They're so smooth. Find them at Dispo Dispensary for 25% off. Online at www.gloriouscanna.com.
The Sports Marketing Agency would not be who we are without great community partners like Higuera Health and Carol Zuniga.
It's an awesome opportunity to partner with your organization. Higuera Health is a comprehensive behavioral health organization. We serve children through older adults with mental health, substance use, and developmental disabilities across Western Wayne counties, and really excited to now be in downriver communities as well. Give us a call at 734-458-4601.
Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions show. Let's go! Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
How'd you like to see famous athletes like Jim Harbaugh, Darren McCarty, and Braylon Edwards play golf with average Joes? Thanks to Randy Wise Automotive and Woodward Sports, you can do just that. It's the Randy Wise Celebrity Golf Tour. Make the wise choice with your next automotive purchase and get to any Randy Wise Automotive team for your chance to be a part of the Randy Wise Automotive Team Celebrity Golf Tour. Make sure you go to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel. Check out the episodes. The Jim Harbaugh episode is out there, as you have seen. It's Randy Wise Automotive Team Celebrity Golf Tour. Keeping it pushing, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal, Rhul, Darren McCarty, Big Mike Gentry, Spencer Raxter as well. More Lion stuff to get to.
Why'd you say it like that?
What? What do you mean?
Big Mike Gentry.
You gotta
be on your toes, boys.
You got to do voice inflection.
We threw an audible in here.
See, it made you pay attention, didn't
That's
it?
fair. That is fair.
Voice
Thank you. Thank you for
inflection.
proving my point, Spencer
Voice
Raxter.
inflection. Spenmo Rax. Hit
Yes.
up Venmo.
What about the Taylor Decker situation? The reports he might not be available on Sunday.
You know what? This is where it comes down to, like it was last year. It's by committee. That offensive line, right? It's not just five guys, and specifically, it's guys that step up. So, who's going to be in for them? What is the rotation going to look like? I think that, to me, your most important guy, and we can argue about it, right, is Ragnow or Sewell. So, but again, they play by committee. Hank Fraley will have these guys ready to play no matter who it is. So we'll just see what the rotation. It'd be unfortunate because you're better with Decker out there, but I mean, this is what the team's all about. Next man up.
And you're going to get a glimpse. And for the haters, like the B-Cats out there and stuff like that.
All the haters.
The franchise is going to slide over and play left tackle.
Yeah, if he has to.
And guess what'll happen?
The
guy over him will get put in a phone booth too. Just like Micah Parsons, just like Nick Bosa, just like Aaron Donald.
Yeah, Sewell the left tackle and Nelson the right tackle. There we go. Let's do it.
D-Mac, you want to know,
just fit that other arm with the gold.
Yes.
Right?
Stay in front of inflation. My biggest takeaway from this, the Taylor Decker thing, and I'm stunned at it, is I heard it and I legit didn't care. For real.
Yeah.
And it's not that I'm not minimizing Taylor Decker or anything like that. Oh, you mean we can just slide a Hall of Famer loading into his spot, put Vitae at a different spot? Matt Nelson's back there.
Now it answers the question. Like, what this does is answers the question about Haloti Vitae back in the day about was he an expendable asset? Was he going to be healthy off back surgery or whatever? This is why they kept him. And then you have another, Pro Bowler in there. So, yes, because Why, Neal? You're telling me you're confident in what they've built as a unit, and so am I. Like without batting a lash. And you know what? Hey, and tell me, like, not in the back of your mind, it's like, you know what? I want to see Sewell on that left side because he is that good, right? And then it's just sort of like, is it as much of a challenge on the right side? He's dominating it. Let's go see him dominate the left side and to show, right? Because this is a sneak peek into the future when Decker's contract's going to come up and you're going to move Sewell over there and what it's going to look like. So I got no problem with it at all.
Real quickly, because someone asked earlier about James Houston. Remember, he's under restrictions as a free agent next year.
He got restrictions.
Yeah, so he's an exclusive rights free agent, which means only the Lions can negotiate with him, which means he's not restricted. Which means he's like ultimately restricted, as in he's restricted to negotiating with the Lions. So don't worry, he'll still be there. Everything will be cool.
Goes, dude. Again, sorry.
Yeah.
But that goes, as we're saying about that goes to what you said earlier, that Cody Sorsdahl. It goes to draft picks. It goes to Brad Holmes. It's the next man up. It goes to the availability of guys he's drafting to come in, right? It's the process at work. To what you always say, Neal, availability is the number one, right? Number one ability. And they've proven that's what's different also. Is you got reliable backups. Right? How confident are you? Because you've always said this. When Malcolm Rodriguez is coming off the bench and not being the starter and stuff, that means that you have depth. You're seeing it all over.
Alex Haggerty, the fact Decker's injury hasn't been called a break is huge. I saw the play he got hurt on. Was sure he snapped his ankle at the time. And, yeah, absolutely. It is. It's just for me, I'm stunned at how little it moved the needle for me. To whereas before, it'd be like, oh shit, here we go again. What are they gonna do? Yeah. But there are names, plural, of backups that I'm comfortable with. With the line, like when you go through their depth chart, the backup offensive linemen: Matt Nelson, Colby Sorsdahl, and Graham Glasgow. Okay, cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
For real, like
no,
cool.
like 100%.
Yeah,
for
and
real.
I'm not bullshitting. You're like cool.
Yep.
And just. Again, you get these examples. Here's another example. This one's for Spenny. James Houston, $970,000 this year.
Shout out Brad Holmes.
Built to last, man. That's why it's different. That's why there's going to be 15,000 people with ski masks on, everybody. This isn't a one and done. This isn't a one-hit wonder. This organization's built to be good for years, plural. No matter how this turns out this year, they're set. They're set financially. They're set from a roster perspective. We've never seen this before. That's why. That's why I'm not worried. Taylor Decker's unavailable. Go put a Hall of Famer in his place.
Yep.
Jesus Christ, man. D-Mac, this is unbelievable to me.
And you look throughout the roster, like the one thing where it might be a little thin, and we've always talked about, is wide receiver. But you have guys that can step up. This is the team. One of the guys, and we haven't talked about, but is it Antoine Dorsey? Is that what his name is? The special teams and guy doing, like, it's guys on special teams too. Let's not shy away from that, because that's been a big part. Especially early on, showing what they can do.
Oh, Antoine Green, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Is that? But yeah. So I mean, throughout the roster, it's different guys stepping up, and a lot of them are the younger guys, and more. You know what's new too, Neal? It's guys that you've brought in to do a job are doing a job. And leader. That's why we're talking about CJ Gardner-Johnson. But it's more than that. It's the old. What do we always say? This goes by the offensive line. They're supposed to be number one, top 5 in the league. This is what they're built for, to maintain and sustain one of their top guys going down. It sucks, but it can be done.
Absolutely. Guys, Woodward Sports.
Dorsey, thank you.
We've talked about it. We're doing football Sundays better than anybody in this city. That is factual. Our own Tom Mazaway will be hosting Lions post-game show with our guy Stick every Sunday. all season long. Tune in on the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for Hot Off the Presses, take game analysis, and Kool-Aid bonging celebrations. Don't miss it, everybody. Thousands of you don't miss it every single Sunday. Mass special guest each week, directly following every Lions game exclusively on the Woodward Sports YouTube channel. So again, big things going on, and I just think that as far as the Lions go, this is a big moment once again, because it's reiterated to me that this franchise is built to last. That's my takeaway.
Well,
People ask me about Taylor Decker. That's my takeaway. The Lions are built for this.
Right, and it comes into what they've done is they've put themselves in this position. I'm going back and thinking about, well, what happens. What Flannel says is that they shit the bed, right, or they lose to Seattle or whatever. Well, they still have stuff to prove. This is a game that should be on their bulletin board because of what Seattle did to them last year. So the fact is I don't think that I think Dan Campbell has sleepless nights about this. And plus, here's the reiteration, right? Are you not going to be screaming and hawing the whole week about we didn't make them punt at all last year? Is that not a point of contention?
Unless they don't punt again. You know, that's the only way that.
Right,
you know
but
what
I'm saying is I'd be embarrassed. Wouldn't you be? Isn't this one you'd mark spending? When you played football or whatever back in high school, was there ever like a game that you lost in your like freshman, sophomore, or junior year that you marked on the calendar and you had to wait till the next year to go back and get them? Right? Something sort of like this. So this sticks right in your craw. Right, and the fact to do it at home after beating the defending champions with what the main event's going to be downtown, like I think they're ready for it. Right, this is the analogy, Neal. We weren't ready in '95 to win, but by the time '97 came around, we were ready, and this is what it feels like. The moment's not too big for the team.
What's real quick? I'm not going to interview segment. What's different?
What the team was, and '97 it wasn't, because we could embrace that. It was learning how to embrace failure, and it's almost.
So, for lack of a better term, D-Mac, is it? I don't want to minimalize you, but we're friends, so you know I'm not minimalizing you with this. So you guys kind of shit your pants in the moment.
No, it just was big. The moment was bigger, and I think that when you're not there for the first time, then you're scared of success because you don't know if you're going to do it again or whatever, but you have to go through that failure and a lot of things in life in order to know that you're going to live, and no matter what. So you just got to believe it. And it comes into looking around, and here it is. It's looking around to each other and believing and having that belief. And that's why the message coming out, it's real. We've seen it. So that's why the moment's not too big. Sometimes the moment's too big. You know, why do we see in baseball guys that can get up to the bat in extra innings or whatever and hit that walk-off home run, and then other guys that, don't even look like they belong there? Why can we see golfers make those putts when they need to, or the best of the best? It's that next level, and it's being comfortable being uncomfortable, and I think that's what the Lions have built themselves into.
FJ 1967, the old Lions would beat New England and then turn around and get blown out by Cleveland. And you know what, FJ 1967, you bring up a good point, and here's why. Because, right, it all went in, and there was a camp of people that said, all right, show me. Go beat the Chiefs. Yep. And they did. Now there's a camp of people. Okay, you beat the Chiefs. We've seen that act before. We've seen you beat the Patriots on Sunday night and then come back and lose the next 3 games. This is the only way you can do this stuff. Just keep punching holes in it. To quote a friend of mine, the only way
is through. The only way out is through. It's the way it is. You got to keep punching and setting the new priorities and setting a new tone and the belief. What's happened has happened, but you got to change the record, and you got to keep proving it. So, again, not the end of the world, but they don't want, especially with everything that's sort of at stake. But it's understanding. Do you guys think that the moment is too big for them?
No.
Do you have that feeling? Because you felt
not after Thursday.
Have you felt that before?
Not after Thursday.
Have you felt the moment being too big in different sport? Maybe Sparties or something like this. Maybe basketball Final Four, where oh, okay, we're here, but are we really here? You know what I'm saying? Like the feeling you got last year watching Michigan and TCU after you realized, holy shit, like TCU was it was done, right? That's the feeling. I don't think the moment's too big.
Sports Marketing Agency spreads awareness about mental health and substance abuse. The podcast, This is the S Word, helps address the stigma associated with seeking help. If you are struggling or someone you know is struggling, go to thesportsma.com. Again, thesportsma.com, the Sports Marketing Agency. They're here to help.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy?
It's Planet Fitness.
Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime. Deal ends Wednesday, September 13th.
Join now at any Metro Detroit location. Hurry, offer ends soon.
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, two of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune in to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder.
It's the Randy Wise Celebrity Golf Tour.
You're a good coach, Tim. Oh, great shot.
Some of the biggest names in Michigan sports, and some, well, not so much.
Good. Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, shit. Go in.
Watch episodes at woodwardsports.com. Neal Rhul here for the Academy of Warren. You can still enroll, yes, kindergarten through 8th grade, with AM/PM latchkey, small classrooms, a learning street, futuristic media center, free breakfast and lunch, Hope Mifflin curriculum, academic games, and K-8 athletics, and a brand new state-of-the-art sports dome field house with the regulation basketball court, volleyball court, and soccer field. Enroll today. Go to academyofwarren.net.
Shout out to Matt Veryville gifting 10 Woodward Sports subs to the chat.
Oh, nice.
One of them going to account name Brandon Katz the Cuck. Another one going to Real Cream of Wheat. I just wanted to read that account. But shout out to Matt Veryville.
And whoever made that account. Absolutely. Back at it. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Brandon Hasso. I just had this conversation. Let me see us beat KC. Let me see us beat the Seahawks by 10. Like, come on, dude. Believe. I think the time is here. And I think after Sunday, I can still get with you to some degree. If you got to see it one more time, I can still get with you. However, when the Lions win this game, there are no more excuses. You have the best, third best winning percentage in the league since week 9 of last year. You won at Kansas City on Thursday night. Like there's nothing else to prove up until you get to the playoffs. And D-Mac, you heard me talk about this when I broke down that Kansas City game and what was on the line, what you could take. And it was an opportunity you weren't going to get again. They win this game against Seattle. You're 2-0, and we're on our way. And the season plays out the way it plays out. There's 3 built-in losses in an NFL schedule. Everybody loses 3 games. You can't play your best every single week. You can't. You can't get a break every single week. You can't. You win this game, you're 2-0. You've kind of put all that stuff to bed. And then the next check mark, the next toll booth, is the NFL playoffs. That's the map.
And a home game, because starting like that, you expect to continue to do that. Now it's going to be like last year. You're going to have that Carolina game on the road.
It's going to happen. I'm calling it right now to be the Chargers game.
But right now, this isn't the game, right? This is not the game. So imperativeness, but didn't you think that last week's test was harder than this week's test?
Yes.
So there you go. There. Mic drop.
Given the situation with where Seattle is.
The question is, was last week harder? Did you expect less out of last week than you do out of this week? Even before, like going in. A lot of people expected if they got out 1-1, they could have their argument. But no, they accomplished. So now you have to capitalize. Right? It's like hitting in golf. It's like hitting that beautiful shot. It's only a beautiful shot if you make the putt.
Yeah, still gonna make the putt.
I'll let you know if it was a good drive after we hit this iron shot.
Yeah, or I'll let you know if it's a good iron shot up there and make this putt.
Absolutely. And I'm with Team Corey Berry. Even if it's closer than people think, 2-0 is 2-0.
Yep.
And in the National Football League, 2-0 is 2-0.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? I'll give you for instance. The New York Jets have no chance in that game in Dallas. No chance. But what if they win? They're 2-0.
I'd bet the under on that game. No matter what the total is, bet the under. That's the two best defenses in the NFL.
Yeah, but which defense is going to feast more on which offense? You got to think, right? You got to think that the Dallas defense just continues to feast.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what is Zach Wilson? 1 on the ground, 2 in the air, turning over? I mean, honestly. That's where Dallas is. They proven right where they left off. They can score on defense.
Jay Singles, I'm telling you guys right now, the Lion team will slaughter the Seahawks on Saturday.
Right,
people in the chat talking about they've taken alt lines, Lions -14 on the alt lines. Like, people are getting it in.
34-17 is what I think it's going to be.
That's what you got?
Answer 14. Rain has the ability to keep the Jets in the game, though. That is true also.
That is true.
The Jets said they're going to roll with Zach. They're going with Zach Wilson.
Stacy's mom.
That's the vibe. They said.
Going on.
That's what they said, man.
That's what you say when he's starting a game for you in 3 days. We'll see what happens after this week. They're gonna finish 3rd in that division if they go with Zach Wilson.
You know what though, Spenny? I am getting a weird feeling.
Ooh.
Tom Brady?
About the Jets with the points. No, it's too easy.
What's the
9.5?
9.5?
It's too easy to take the Cowboys.
Yeah. I don't hate it. Jets defense is legit, man.
Yeah. I'm getting a weird feeling. By the way, the picks are back with Feldman Chevrolet.
Okay.
Our guy Ryan Poulter.
Oh yeah.
We'll have it tomorrow. D-Max already got his picks in. I'm gonna text Ryan, get his picks. I'll put mine in there as well.
Beautiful.
There's a good chance you'll see the Jets on my pick line.
Nice. I like it.
Yeah. So there's a very good chance of it. Paul Thomas, we win in this game. Period. End of story. And I agree. Should Ford do a ski mask edition F-150?
Fuck yeah, they should. If they're smart, they would.
Dude, if the Lions were smart, they'd give away ski masks as a giveaway.
Yes. Ransom says Zach Wilson's rolling out of the pocket a little more. He might be able to extend more plays.
He's gonna
That
have
sounds
to.
so Saved by
He's
the
gonna
Bell.
have to roll out of the pocket because that defensive line of the Cowboys is no joke.
Someone asked the question, too, how could the Jets even get another quarterback? Let me take a look. They still got $9.9 million in cap space.
Trade for Jameis.
Oh, I would love it.
I would too. The defense can offset his turnovers.
Oh, man. The Jameis Winston experience.
At least he can get it to. At least he can get it to like Garrett Wilson.
Yeah, I think they can make some noise if they go
Lazard and
Jameis.
stuff.
Now, you're going to lose 5 games.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
I mean, you're going to lose 10 with Zach Wilson.
But can't your defense make up for that? That's what
Maybe your
Spenny's
defense
saying.
can steal you one.
You
Well,
can
because
offset the
one or
offset
two.
the turnovers.
yeah, but even
You got
then,
the
Spenmo,
sauce.
you're going to lose 3 because he's going to throw 5 picks 3 times.
If I'm the Jets, I'm looking at Jameis Winston or Mitch Trubisky.
Phew.
Those would be my targets. Yeah, it's not great, but I mean,
Ransom, I want Minshew Mania in New York.
Matt Ryan hasn't retired yet, says Brandon Katz. Matt Ryan sucks.
I just want I want Jameis Winston back. I
I'd
want
like to
him
see
back.
him there. I think that's a great experiment.
I want the 1 week where he's 32 for 48 for 498 with 5 touchdowns and 2 picks.
Yeah.
And then the next week he's 16 for 46 with no touchdowns, 88 yards and 4 picks. I want it.
88. That's a little aggressive.
I want it.
7 yards.
All he can complete is
118
swing
yards.
passes to the running backs.
Yeah.
And the rest of the
he'll
passes
have-
are
he-
intercepted.
Yeah, you're right.
I want
But
it.
Brees
D-Mac.
Hall's back.
Brees Hall looked good.
God dang, especially that first run.
Mm-hmm.
Should have just kept feeding him.
God, I want him back. Alex says, I would actually like the Jets to win the Super Bowl. Rodgers comes back and they choke in the first round next year. I thought about that because I saw somebody say that on social media. I do want the Jets to win the Super Bowl now.
Without Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah, I want Zach Wilson to take them to the Super Bowl.
That'd be wild.
Hey, Lewis Sam, he's going all in. If Winston goes to the Jets, he's getting them in fantasy.
Oh, you have to have Jameis Winston on your fantasy team.
And
get him now,
Green
guys.
Bay doesn't get a first-round pick now.
Yeah, it stays the second round.
Yeah, if they played 65% of the stats.
The second would have become a first. People are kind of overstating that, like they're not getting nothing. They still get a second rounder.
Yeah, it's not a first though.
Yeah, no, it is. It's not a first. So good for us.
Yeah.
Win-win. You know who wasn't a win for? Those people at the bar in Green Bay.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that was awesome.
That was awesome.
Did you guys catch that story? So there's a bar in Green Bay. When the Jets lose, you win. Every game that Aaron Rodgers started and lost,
you got free drinks.
You got free drinks. They cover your tab. They cover your tab. So when Aaron Rodgers went down on Monday night, the news crew was there. People were getting it in. The drinks were flowing. And then Zach Wilson comes in and beats him.
That's what it's all about.
And then they had to pay.
They all had to pay their tab.
That's what
What
they
a
get for
great
cheering
gamble.
for that guy getting hurt.
Yep. And you know what else? I've been to Wisconsin many times. Drinking is a profession there.
Oh, absolutely.
There is no state in the union that drinks
would
like
just
Wisconsin.
be straight normal.
Yeah.
Spenny's just one of the guys.
I mean, there's nothing else to do in Wisconsin other than
Eat
drink
cheese,
and eat
bro.
cheese. Yeah.
Cheese curds.
Chris found other stuff to do in Wisconsin.
Yeah, well, they could go get haircuts.
Yeah, absolutely. They could go to Lady Jade's Haircuts for Men, just like you can, for not only an award-winning haircut experience, but also to register to win a trip of your dreams. All expenses paid. Sweet for the 2024 NCAA basketball tourney. Yeah, that's right. No expense spared for you and 5 of your best buds. Lady Jade's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week, walking anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.
By now you know me, Christina Gennari, as the obvious choice in real estate. And you know my website, soldchristina.com, as your #1 resource for buying or selling your home. Myself, along with my amazing staff, pride ourselves on making your home buying and selling experience a relaxing and easy one. Come see why we are the obvious choice. Christina Gennari at soldchristina.com, the obvious choice in real estate.
When buying or selling real estate, flexibility and control of the sales process is key. That is exactly what Mark White and Sales Associates offers. Sellers, how would you like the freedom of canceling your listing agreement at any time with any penalty, or at any time for any reason with no penalty? Get the Mark White's minute-to-minute listing agreement today. Looking to buy or sell real estate? Visit markwhitesells.com or call 248-290-8242. That's 248-290-8242. MarkWhiteSells.com, where flexibility meets success.
Final segment of the show, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal, Rhul, Darren, McCarty, Big Mike Gentry, Spencer Raxter as well. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Somebody asked me in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread, can the Jets sign anybody? We talked about that. They have $9.9 million in cap space right now. The current free agents of NFL quarterbacks, Carson Wentz, Matt Ryan, Tom Brady is still technically a free agent, Colt McCoy, Joe Flacco, Nick Foles, Chase Daniel, all $42 million career dollars.
Bring back Big Daddy Flack.
I think Colt McCoy's your best bet out of that list.
What about BDN? BD Nick? Anyway, they're screwed. They are absolutely screwed.
Sure.
So, but they do have $9.9 million in cap space. So,
can I ask you a question? I just need to ask
D-Mac, because there was something you want to touch on. Your boy.
So
your
Spenny,
boy.
Did you the tweet? And this goes back to yesterday.
I got the video of it.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Okay. I did address this yesterday on the Mike Babcock situation, and it was me more or less just coming to my attention from Spittin' Chicklets, Paul Bissonnette, who you see on the TNT hockey broadcast, and Ryan Whitney, who do Spittin' Chicklets podcast. It brought it to attention, you know, that Mike Babcock and as the coach of Columbus was requesting in his office to take over their phones and see all their pictures and stuff like this. And my question to you, Neal, isn't the fact, forget it's Mike Babcock. That's irrelevant. It's the fact of the power play isn't this wrong? Like, and I'm supporting what Bissonnette and the hockey community and the hockey guys say is that's not right. That's sort of a privacy thing. And just on the short leash because of the history of Mike Babcock, that's when he comes into play. But if this was anybody, isn't this abuse of power? Like, I look at it as more of an abuse of power thing, right? Because who's going to say no? Like, you're a young guy. Who's going to say no when you're in there with the coach and stuff like this? And it's the pressure. It's just such a bad look in 2023. Is it that, or am I reading this wrong? Can you tell me that my perspective's off? But that's what I was saying as far as backing up what Bissonnette and all the hockey guys are saying. It's not right. It's just wrong. Now, other people have more of a personal thing against Babcock. I just try to say the facts and how I see it. And so I guess I'm asking you as my friend, am I seeing this wrong, or is there a point to the matter?
No, D-Mac, you know what it is, and I don't think he's doing it for like a bad reason or anything like that. Here's the problem: the dude is out of touch with the generation and where we are right now.
That's what
he's
I'm
a lot
saying.
like a lot of other old dudes that are still in the game, that are trying to get back in there. And there is a part of that. There is the ego to it, and the my way or the highway, and I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do it the way that I want to do it, and all of that. Like, know the room, bro. You know what I'm saying?
So that's what it is. Is just totally
out of
not
touch.
getting the temperature of the room.
Yeah.
Because that's how I read it. And it's just like oblivious where you come back. And I'm the first one to say, give people a second chance. Let's see it. This just starts off. It's like you forgot what you'd done before and that you'd have to check the temperature of the room. So, I mean, it's just frustrating that way because, like you said, you want to protect these younger guys from things that have happened before, and the history when it comes down to this, but this would go for anybody else, knowing the temperature of the room. So this is a temperature thing.
It's just an out of touch, man. Like, that's just an out of touch thing to let me see your phones, let me be able to airplay the pictures. Like, okay, bro.
Okay, that's old guy view. But like, what about you young guys? Like, what is that? Isn't that sort of like it's not right?
It's a breach of privacy.
Breach of privacy.
Yeah, like he's just got to let it go.
And I haven't read too much about it or if Babcock said anything about it, but it is weird. And I was just going to ask you this, D-Mac. At what point does like a captain step in and just say something?
Well, I think
and just
that
be like, what the hell are you
captain.
talking about? Take our phones.
He did it to the captain first.
I would, if I was him, I would have been like, what?
So I guess that, but it's a new coach and putting him in a bad position and stuff like this. It's the fact that it's gone on. I don't know. I mean, but Neal also sounds like it's more of not the intent, but it's sort of the lack of feeling the temperature because that's just aloof to the situation.
Right. And it's
so
like
your intentions, this is not a lack of pure intentions. You don't think his intentions are bad. It's just the fact that, dude, wrong temperature.
Like if you're in a room with one of your grandparents, right? And they say words that they used to say back then. Mm-hmm. You're like, bro,
you can't do that shit anymore.
Can't do that shit anymore, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't.
Mm-hmm.
There is like grandpa vibes to old grandpa Mike Babcock.
Yeah.
Any chance that maybe the organization lets him go and he takes over on the morning show, it's one half a douche in the door.
Yeah, there you go.
Real quick, woodwardsports.com is your home for everything Detroit Lions and your home for the inside scoop on the Lions with the Woodward and Main show featuring Gabby D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Detroit legend and bourbon legend Terry Foster. Episode 2 times a week, Sundays from 8 to 9 a.m., Tuesdays from 7 to 8. The most in-depth reporting, breakdown of the game, the players, all things Detroit Lions. Go to Woodward Sports and go to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel to get it in. Real quick, somebody asked me, DNC ENT, Neal, can Inter Miami win the MLS? I think they're too far behind for the regular season. Looks like they're putting all their eggs into the U.S. Open Cup basket, which, by the way, they're playing for in 2 weeks against the Houston Dynamo and their goalkeeper, Steve Clark, alum of Oakland University.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, so
8
there is
degrees
that.
Oakland U.
There you go, absolutely. Next Tuesday, Michigan-Oakland soccer. I'll be on the call.
Nice.
but I'll be a professional.
So tomorrow we got Ronnie Cyrus is in with the hometown hero.
Yes.
We got Feldman picks.
Got Feldman picks tomorrow. Big day. We start to lock into football.
Lock it in.
The get right is out there. Iowa over 34.5. Get it now. The streets be knowing. For D-Mac, Big Mike Gentry, Spencer Raster. Thanks for watching. Well, see you later.
This is outrageous, dude. I get a text from a player. He goes, have you heard what Babcock is up to again? And I'm like, no. So he gets to Columbus, and one of the first things he does is he calls in Boone Jenner, the captain of the team, and he says, let me see the photos in your phone. I want to know the type of person you are. What the is going on? Is that even legal?
It feels like it's totally illegal.
Get him on the podcast to grill him about his antics as a head coach. Like, worry about the forecheck. Worry about your personnel. Worry about getting the power play humming at an alarming rate so you might have a chicken dick's chance of sneaking in a wild card spot. Why do you want to see throbbing dick pics from your captain on his iPhone? I don't understand this.
By the way, if I was going into one of these meetings having heard all these stories prior, I'm putting on like Rocky quotes on my photos.
Oh, yeah.
I'm putting on like my workout routine.
Oh, yeah. You know what I would put on my phone? I'd be standing here in this chair with my bin staring him right in the eye with me holding my legs like this.
What's wrong with this guy?
Now, I hope this story is true because then we look like real big idiots. But I think that Mike Babcock should come on this podcast and clear the air as to why he wants to see Pierce nipples from Instagram thoughts in his players' phones.